What I want to know is, what was the biggest driving force for you to kind of go after your dreams and, despite what anybody else said, you were just kind of like, F it, I'm going to do it. And then you ended up doing it.
Now, that's a pretty good question, Jack. Um, you have to understand, I don't listen to other people's opinions. I listen, but I do what I think is the best thing. Because 9 times out of 10, when you're talking about something, especially if you're a young man, let's just use me as an example. And I told people I was going to run nightclubs when I was 20 years old. They were like, yeah, right, sure you are. And then I did. When I finally decided to get out of the business and go into professional wrestling, and when I told them I was going to get into professional wrestling at 31, I thought I was too old to be a wrestler, so I came in as a manager. You have to understand that sometimes ignorance is bliss. And if I knew how hard that was, if I knew that, I don't know if I would have done it. But I didn't know that. So, there's good and bad to being ignorant. The bottom line is I did get in, and because back then I look and dress like that guy as a manager, and they told me, I said, when they wouldn't let me manage anymore, like, D, it's not your fault. The hair, the clothes, the bling, the diamond dolls, the rap. It's like no one's paid attention to the wrestler that you're managing. So bottom line is I was told I was too over the top for professional wrestling as a manager. So I had 7 months left on my contract. And since I was a kid, I always wanted to wrestle. I didn't want to be a manager. And I went down to Power Plant and I started learning how to wrestle. And when I first started, everybody laughed at me. Now, I could have taken that as real disheartening, and I could have let it destroy my confidence, but I didn't. But I gotta be honest, it was hard. It was really hard. I can't tell you, like, where they would train, it was called the Power Plant. This is before WWE's Performance Center. We trained in a warehouse that in the winter was fucking freezing. And that's when I started. I can't tell you how many times in the beginning, especially that first couple of months, my body would hit that mat and I would say to myself, man, this fake stuff hurts like hell. Like, bro, my body felt every square inch of that mat when I hit it. Starting at 35 was the hardest thing for me physically because of the punishment it was about to put on my body. The positive side was starting at 35 mentally. I wasn't going to do the stupid shit I would have done at 20 or 22 or 25 or 27. I was just going to be smarter because I was older. I was more mature. I iced my body. No one did that for 5 years.